Hello my class 10 students. This is the solution of section B of the ICSE Class 10 Maths Sample Paper 1. The link of these two videos, the paper and the solution of section 1, will be somewhere here. So just keep looking out over here. There will be a quick succession. Just keep looking out over here. We are having section B, which is made of 3 questions. There will be 10 marks each. There will be marking scheme 3, 3, 4, and that will give you your 30 marks. Let us see how we start with question number 2. A. How many meters of canvas 2 meter wide is needed to make a conical tent whose base radius is 17.5? We know the width of the canvas and we also know that the base radius is given here as 17.5 and the height is given as 6 meter. So whenever we have question like this, first thing we have to do is draw the diagram. That is tip number 1. So here we have written the solution just to save on time because I don't want the video to be too long. I hope you have solved this already and just check your solutions with mine. Okay? And you can also see the marking scheme out here. Number of meters of canvas. Now remember, the canvas is going to be rectangular like this. So the width from here to here is 2 meter. And you have to find out how much is this length. Okay, now this is going to be used for making the curved surface area. So basically radius of the base has been given, the height is given, so you find the CSA, that is curved surface area of the cone. The formula is pi r L. We need the slant height this way, so we'll take this triangle and we say L square is equal to h square plus r square. Now, as you can see that h is 6 square, so you have no problem getting this 36, right? But this radius is 17.5 and you are going to waste a time finding the square of this and then adding it to 36 and then finding the square root of the decimal number. So easiest thing will be to convert this into 35 upon 2. So we write 35 upon 2 whole square. Now 36 we already know, this is 6 square. Now 35 square, you can look for the link of mine which I'll put somewhere here. That is for finding the squares of numbers ending in 5. So we'll have 1, 2, 2, 5 and 2 square becomes 4. Now you take LCM 144 added to this. Now this is 1369 upon 4. Now you will say that this number also is a scary number. Let us see now. This 1225, see here, the thinking step is 1225 is 35 square. Now 1369 is going to be square of some number which is either 36, 37, 38, 39 like that. Because we know that 40 square is equal to 1600. So the number over here is between 35 and 40. Now it's ending in 9. Now which square number ends in 9? If it is ending in 3, then 3 3 is 9. And if it ends in 7, it will be 49. So it will still end in 9, correct? Now I cannot take 33. I'll have to take 37. So I'll check with 37. Is it 37 square? So 7 7's 49, carry 4. Then we have 7 3 is 21 and 2 is 42. 46, carry 4, 3 is 9, 4, 13. Yes, it's correct. How did I get this number of the 2-digit number like this mentally? Again, look for the link somewhere here. Okay, so we got 37 upon 2. Now nobody is asking this to be converted into 18.5 because you're going to again have a headache here. This will be 17.5, this will be 18.5, and what are you going to do? You are not allowed to use the calculator, right? So you will write it as 22 upon 7 into this r is 35 upon 2 and the L is 37 upon 2. So 7 ones and 7 fives, 2 ones and 2 11. So we have 55 into 37. So we have 55 into 37 upon 2. Okay. Now I'm still not interested in finding the answer completely because I'm going to go and say that area of canvas is equal to CSA of the cone. What is area of the canvas? It is length multiplied by this 2. So I'll write it like so. CSA of the cone will copy this as it is. So length will be equal to, take this 2 meter that side. So it will divide. Now you have 55 into 37 upon 4. Now whenever we multiply, can you see? I'll multiply by 55 because it is a shortcut to multiply. 5 into 37 will be 185. Repeat that number, add this, it will be 2035, and that upon 4. So will be 4 5s 20, then 4 doesn't go in 3, so 0, then 4 8s 32, and 3/4. 3/4 means 0.75. Okay, so the length of the canvas is this. Now look at the marking scheme. Your CSA, you get 1 mark. To get this slant length, that is 1 mark, and to get this is 1 mark. Okay, let us come to 2b. Show that cot to the power 4a minus 1 is equal to cosec to the power 4a minus 2 cosec square a. Now we'll start either with LHS or RHS. This is a very popular question. You can use either LHS or RHS, and even LHS there are 2 methods. I think there are totally about 4 methods. I'm just going to use one of these. Let's see how we solve it. We write LHS as difference between 2 squares, because cot to the power 4 of a is the square of cot square a. So cot square a whole square minus 1 square. Use a square minus b square as a plus b into a minus b, and then this will become cot square a plus 1 into cot square a minus 1. Now cot square a plus 1 is cosec square a. So we write that as the reason, and this bracket is as it is. In the next step, we write cosec square a into bracket. Now this cot square a is going to be, take this one that side, it will be cosec square a minus 1. Can you see that? So this is going to give you these 2 terms, and this minus 1 as it is. Now inside this bracket, this becomes as it is. This is your cosec square a minus 2. Open the bracket and you get this, which is your RHS. Okay, look at the marking scheme here. This is for 1 mark for getting this here. Then second step for getting this here, and the third step is to get the RHS. Now question 2c. This question has been in some prelim papers. So let's just look at that. It is a little annoying question, but I think it should be okay. A tower in the city 150 meter high and a hotel in the city 20 meter high. The angle between the elevation of the top of the tower at the top of the hotel is 5 degrees. A building 8 meter high is situated on the straight road connecting the tower with the city hotel at a distance of 1.2 kilometers from the tower. Find the value of h if the top of the hotel, top of a building, and the top of the tower are all in a straight line. Also find the distance between the tower and the hotel. So let us see how we draw the diagram of it. So we have the diagram here. You can see this is the tower. It is 150 meter high, and then we have the hotel, which is 20 meter tall, and the tips of these, they are in a straight line, and the angle of elevation from the hotel to the top of the tower is 5 degrees. And this building from the tower is 1.2 kilometers, means 1200 meters. So I have just drawn this basic structure, and then I have just completed the rectangles here. Our first question is find the value of h. Okay, now in order to get this h, remember this from here to here is the same as here to here, correct? And we know this is 1200, so this is going to be 1200, and this is going to be 1200. So I'm going to make use of this triangle. So if this is perpendicular to this, if this is 5 degrees, this will be 5 degrees, corresponding angles, yes. And this is 5 degrees, so this is complement, which is 85 degrees. Let us see how and when we can use this. So basically, if I know this full thing is 150, and if I have to find HB, then I will first find this using this triangle. Can you see that? Yeah, so that's what I have written. In right triangle AHE, tan 5 is equal to AH upon HE. So AH will be equal to tan 5 multiplied by HE. Tan 5, look at the tan table, you will get this value multiplied by 1200, which is HE here. And all this data I have written over here. Can you see that? All this I kept ready. I'm just explaining how it goes. I'm using these two zeros to shift the decimal. It becomes 8.75 into 12. 12 5 60, carry 6, 12 7 84, 70, carry 7, 12 8 96 and 7 105. So from here to here is 105. So how much will be this HB? So height of the building is going to be EF, which is going to be HB, correct? Which will be your AB minus AH. Can you see that? AB minus AH. The full thing is 150 minus 105. That gives you 45 meters. Now you could also do this way over here, but it is going to be a little annoying and you are going to find it a little tedious. So let's stick to this method. Now we have to find distance between the tower and the hotel. Now distance between the tower and the hotel is this. Now this is equal to this, correct? So I could now take this triangle. See here, this triangle. So it is AIC that I will take. So in AIC, AI is equal to AB plus IB. Where is AI? Can you see this AI? AI is equal to AB minus this. This full thing minus this. That will be your AI, correct? So this full thing is 150 and this is 20 because this is 20. Can you see that? This is 20, from here to here 20 and from here to here 20. So AI turns out to be 130 meter. Can you see that? Yeah. Also, if we take tan 5 degrees in this triangle will be AI upon IC. Okay. So IC will be equal to, IC goes here because we have to find IC, correct? BD is equal to IC. IC will be equal to tan 5 comes over here, AI divided by tan 5. Now I'm not going to sit and divide AI with 0.0875. I'm not a calculator, right? And they don't allow you calculators. So in this case, what we are going to do is we are just going to say here, please omit. And then we go to the complement. What is the complement in this triangle? If this is 5 degrees, this is 85 degrees here. Okay, now 85 degrees is going to be IC upon AI. There, and AI is equal to 130 meters. So 130 meters will multiply the tan of 85. Look at the tan table, it is 11.4. So 130 multiplied by this will give us IC. Simple calculations. 0 will shift this decimal on the right. So 114 into 13. 13 4 is 52, carry 5, 13 1 is 13, 5 18, carry 1, 13 1 is 13, 1 14. So those many meters, but they have given in the data 1.2 kilometers. So we'll convert this into kilometers, 1.482. Therefore, the distance between the tower and the hotel, that is BD equal to IC, which is 1.482 kilometers. Now look at your marking scheme. Your marking scheme, to get your first value of AH, that is 1 mark, and then to get the height of the building, that is mark. So first part has 2 marks, and the second part, to get this value over here, 1 mark, and then to calculate and to write the answer statement, that will be 1 mark. So this is a 4-mark question. Question number 3. 5 cards, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace of Diamonds. They are all well shuffled with face downwards. 1 card is picked up at random. What is the probability that the card is the Queen? Then in the second case, the Queen is drawn and kept aside. What is the probability that the second card will be? Number 1 is Ace, number 2 is face card. Let us see how we write the statements. First of all, we have to write the sample space, so we'll write it like so. And the total number of outcomes is going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first part asks us probability that the card will be the Queen. So the favorable outcomes we write like this. Okay, now I know that this is a very simple question, but please write the statements because it's very easy for your teachers to cut your marks. No statements, no marks. So probability of Queen is number of favorable outcomes, total number of outcomes. Favorable outcomes, how many do you see? 1. Upon total number of outcomes, how many? There are 5. So answer is 1 upon 5. That's for your 1 mark. Now if you don't write, now this is 1 mark for each subpart, but you don't write statement, your teacher will just slash your marks. Now in the second case, the queen is removed. So the total number of outcomes, will that be 5? No, it will be 5 minus 1, that is 4. Now we say that probability of ace. The favorable outcome is going to be ace, that is one card, correct? And probability of ace will be number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes. Favorable outcomes is just 1. Total number of outcomes is 4. So 1 upon 4. And that's again your 1 mark given to you. Second part, probability of a face card. Now how many face cards are there after the queen is removed? Favorable outcomes will be jack and king. So probability of a face card will be number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes, that is 2. Can you see these 2 cards upon the total cards now are 4. So 2 upon 4, cancel 2 ones and 2 twos, so that gives you 1 upon 2, and that gives you your third mark. So that was our 3B. Now we come to 3B. Point C lies on AB such that AC is to CB is 1:3. DC is perpendicular to AB. If A is this, B is this, find the coordinates of C and the equation of CB. Whenever they are giving you a question like this, first thing you have to do, tip number 1 is you must draw the diagram. So let us draw the diagram. A, B, write the coordinates. 1:3 is the ratio in which C is dividing. We have to find the coordinates of C and the equation of DC. DC is perpendicular here, so this is going to be 90 degrees. C is dividing AB in the ratio 1:3, so you use the section formula. You write A equal to x1 y1, B equal to x2 y2. Just mention this so that it's easier for you to get your full marks, so that your teacher will not cut your marks. Your C is using section formula mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. Your teacher probably has taught you m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2. Never mind whatever. There are 2 ways of writing this. So my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. Even if you do not use this or other format, make sure that you are getting this correct. So you will have 1 into this and 3 into this. Can you see that? And that upon 1 plus 3, that is 4. Now here my2, so this into 8, this into minus 4. Can you see that? And that will give us, now this is very simple. Can you see that 4 comma minus 1? You get this, you get your first mark. Now we have to find the slope of DC. So slope of DC is the perpendicular line to AB. So first we have to find the slope of AB, and then we have to say that m1 m2 is equal to minus 1 for perpendicular lines. So let us look at our solution. Our slope of AB is going to be y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, and then A and B coordinates are given. So we use this to get minus 3/2. Slope of DC, which is going to be m2. If m1 is this, your m2 will be minus reciprocal, that is 2 upon 3. To get this, this will be your second mark. Then DC has slope 2 upon 3 and it is passing through C, obviously. So we use slope point form like this, substitute, and we get the answer, and that's your 1 more mark. So that is your 3 mark question. Let's move fast to the next question. 3C, the angle of elevation of the top Q of a vertical tower QP from the point X on the ground is 60 degrees. At a point Y, 40 meter vertically above X, the angle of elevation is 45 degrees. Find the height of the tower. As I told you, tip number 1 will be to draw the diagram. So here is our diagram. From X, angle of elevation is 60, and point Y, which is 40 meters above X, the angle of elevation of this top of the tower is 45 degrees. Okay, now here you have to find QP, the height of the tower. From here to here is what you have to find out. How much of the information do we already know? We know that this PR is equal to XY, that is equal to 40. Okay, also we will note that xp is equal to yr, correct? Because opposite sides of the rectangle are equal. Now we can see two right triangles. I'm going to take the smaller one first, that is QRY. Tan 45 will be QR upon YR. I'm writing like so. Tan 45 is 1, so QR is equal to YR. Now QR and YR are equal. YR is shown with these three dashes, so I'm writing this way. So QR, YR and XP, they are equal. Immediately I wrote this over here. To get this value here, 1 mark. Okay, in the right triangle QPX, the other right triangle, we will have tan 60 equal to QP upon XP. Can you see that? QP upon XP. But what is QP? It is QR plus RP. And how much is RP? If this is 40, this also is 40 meter, correct? So we write QR plus 40 upon what is XP. If we write XP over here, it doesn't make any sense, but XP is equal to YR, YR is equal to QR. In our equation, we already have QR here. So this also we will substitute as QR, and that's an important step. So that is where you'll have your 1 mark reserved. Now if you cross multiply, see what you get. Now after this is just simple mathematics. Okay, cross multiply. So you'll have QR here, take all QRs one side. So you will have root 3 QR minus QR equal to 40. Take out QR common, you will have root 3 minus 1 equal to 40. QR is equal to 40 upon root 3 minus 1. Now some of you may be tempted to write over here 1.732 minus 1. But why should you want to divide by 0.732? We are not allowed to use the calculators, and we don't have forever. So the best way is to rationalize. Please remember to rationalize. Do not substitute, because I have seen the other solutions on the internet, Google solutions. They will write over here 1.732. For what? It's going to make it very tedious for your calculations. Okay, so 40 into this is equal to, now this is your like a minus b, a plus b, so that becomes your 3 minus 1, which is 2. 2 cancels here 20 times. 20 into, now substitute 1.732 plus 1, that will be 20 into 2.732. So that gives us 2 into, I use this 0 to shift the decimal, 0.27.32 will now multiplied by 2 gives 54.64 meters. But you are asked QP. What was this that you found? QR. Where is our QR? Here. We don't want QR. We want QP. We want this full thing. So 40 is to be added. We have found out this. Then you add 40 and you get this whole thing. So we've written just that, and then this is your answer. So look at your marking scheme. I explained up to here. This was 1 mark. Then to get all this was 1 mark, and add that 40 here, and that was your 1 mark, and that is your 3C. And now we come to 4A. 4A is a trigonometric identity. Let us see how we solve it. So we start with LHS, cos as it is. Now this is tan. I'll write as sine upon cos. Why did I make this as sine upon cos? Because when I take LCM, I'll have cos A minus sine A, and here I already see sine A minus cos A. All I have to do is reverse this order, and I will have easy time to find the LCM. Okay, so I've taken the LCM here, cos A minus sine A upon cos A. This is in the denominator. This part remains as it is. So doing this part, 1 mark there. Then we make the reciprocal of this, and that gives us cos square A upon this. Yes. Now, can you see over here cos A minus sine A and sine A minus cos A? Can you see the order is reversed? So you reverse the order so that both of them will be the same denominator, but this plus becomes minus. This is an important step. That will be 1 mark. And then when you take the LCM, you will have cos square A minus sine square A, which can be factorized like this, and cos A minus sine A gets cancelled, and you have cos A plus sine A remaining, which is the RHS anyway, and we say hence proved. That is your 1 mark. I hope you are counting your marks. Okay. Now we come to 4b. A, B, C are the vertices of triangle A, B, C. Find the equation of number 1, the median of the triangle through A and the altitude of the triangle through B. So first tip is to draw the diagram. So here we have the diagram. We have to get the median from A. So I have marked this as D. These are equal, BD and DC. And then we have to find altitude BE. We have to find the equation of that. I have written the vertices here with their coordinates. Find the equation of AD and the equation of BE, where BE will be perpendicular to AC. To begin with, if I have to find the equation of AD, I need the slope and I need the point. Now point is already there. How about the slope? We need to find the slope. So slope means I need to know D. What is D? Midpoint of DC. So we'll write DC, midpoint of BC, midpoint formula I'm writing, and then all I have to do is substitute this plus this upon 2 and this plus this upon 2. Can you see that here? Exactly the same thing. That will give us 2 upon 2 and this will be 8 upon 2. So we have 1 comma 4. So D is 1 comma 4. We write it in the diagram. Now we need the slope. So you can consider these as x1, x2, y1, y2 like that. Okay. So slope will be y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So this minus this will be 8 and this minus this will be minus 1. So minus 8 is the slope of AD. So we have the slope of AD as minus 8. Now you can either use point A or you can use point D to get the equation. So I have written over here AD has slope minus 8. It passes through D. This is 1 comma 4. And then we use slope point form here and just substitute, and there we get our equation 1. Okay. This is actually for 3 marks. How do we write the marks for this? This will be half mark. This will be half mark. This will be half mark. So this is 1.5 mark. Then we have to find the equation of BE, which is perpendicular to AC. So first we'll need the slope of AC because we have only coordinates of B. We don't have E coordinates. So we can't find the slope of BE. We'll need the slope of AC. So we'll find the slope of AC, that will be half mark, and so the slope of BE is going to be this. It's going to be minus reciprocal. Now BE is passing through B. It has a slope of 1 upon 3. Use slope point form, substitute, cross multiply, and that will be your 3rd mark. So that finishes 4B. Now we come to the last question. This is our question 4C. In the figure PDQ. Where is PDQ here? This is the tangent at point D and QAC is a straight line. Here this is a straight line. DBA is 38. Where is DBA? This one. This one is 38 degrees. And AQD is 44. AQD, this is 44 degrees. And they are asking first find ADQ. Now ADQ, can you see this one here? This is, if you say A, then we will say this and this. Can you see? This is the tangent, this is the chord, and this is the angle made in the alternate segment. So this A is going to be equal to 38 degrees. And that will be your 1 mark. I'm not writing the statements, I'm just explaining this. Now we come to your DAC. DAC, this one. Now this angle over here is actually exterior angle for this triangle. So this one is going to be 38 degrees plus 44 degrees. Reason, exterior angle of triangle ADQ is equal to sum of the interior opposite angles, and that will come out to be 82 degrees. And that will be our 2nd mark. We come to the angle ABC. Your ABC. ABC is this full thing. Correct? So I have to first find this angle here. Now can you see that DAC and DBC, these are angles in the same segment. So this angle over here, which I'll show with double ring, this angle is going to be equal to angle, let me just write it over here, DBC is equal to angle DAC equal to 82 degrees, and that is because angles in same segment are equal. Okay, now we want ABC, so therefore angle ABC will be equal to angle DBC plus angle ABD, and that is from the diagram. So that will be DBC is 82 degrees plus ABD is 38 degrees, and you add them, so you get 120 degrees. So this is your third answer. So this will be your 1 mark and this will be your 1 mark. To get this angle over here, this one as angle in the same segment. Now if your reasons are missing, remember the marks will be missing. So I hope you have understood how we are going to solve the paper, how we are going to get full marks. And now study diligently, concentrate on all the topics simultaneously. Make sure that you master each and every topic of your maths and practice more and more paper. Now this is just maths sample paper 1 of semester 2 I have uploaded. God willing, I will make sure that there are more papers for you to practice, and then the sky is the limit. Let us all get full marks. Okay? In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.